For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abraham, and I am delighted to be your host for today's research forum. So before we dive into the presentation, I would like to invite Ato Tedla. Ato Tedla Haile, Executive Vice President of St. Mary University, for his opening remark. Please put your hand together for Ato Tedla.
Our former students who are here to present their papers, invited guests, colleagues, dear students. Next year you are to present. Today you are to give them feedback. The 2012 entry students are the most resilient in the university's history. The first is they had a load of not less than 150 hours. Before you, students had only less than 112 credit hours. In the 3 years period they were here at St. Mary's. 150 credit hours means before you a 5-year program in public universities, civil engineering and the like. This is the first of its kind in the country's history to have close to 150 credit hours. This year is once again, this particular cohort is unique in the sense that the first national exit exam is introduced when you are to graduate. You endured that too. That is another pain. You have endured that. You are an icon for the university in general, I tell you. The load we put upon you was unbearable. Despite that, you achieved. Please join me in appreciating these guys, these students. Thank you. Wishing you a successful research event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ato Tedla, for those inspiring words. And now let's dive into the exciting part of this event, which is the paper presentation. Let me invite the first chair, Nardos Melaku, and the rapporteur, Barakat Odajene, to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be a part of this remarkable forum. My name is Nardos Melaku from St. Mary's University Management Department, and I will be the chairperson for the 3 consecutive researches to be presented. The first presentation would be on IoT Integrated Smart Urban Farming, MOFER, which has been done by Tsagaza Befkadu, Abnet Tamru, Eyob Desta, and Hiwat Charnet from St. Mary's University. The presenter will be Tsagaza Befkadu. Tsagaza, will you come to the stage? You'll have 15 minutes. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Agaza Befkadu, and today I'll be discussing about IoT Integrated Smart Urban Farming, which is our project, MOFER. So as we all know, almost 80% of our country is dependent on agriculture. Like 80% of our population is rural, and 60% of the population is engaged in agriculture. So given that, agriculture must, we all think that it's relevant that agriculture must adopt new technologies like IoT sensors, data analytics, and smart irrigations to sustainably increase productivity and meet rising food demands. And it is also known that developing countries need to modernize traditional farming methods to improve yields, and as well as urban agriculture's leveraging technology is an emerging trend to boost local food productions. So our project have seen many problems in our countries. There are different challenges that we face in agriculture. So the statement of the problem that we proposed are that agriculture is evolving from traditional to smart farmings with AI and IoT board, but not in Ethiopia. There is little to no implementations here. And Ethiopia faces food security challenge due to population growth, climate change, and resource depletions, and as well as inflations as well. There's a high price peak, and farmers and consumers also face challenges like inaccurate estimates, poor marketplace, and unaffordable prices, as well as a lack of farmer-consumer communications waste time, money, and energy. So we have used different methodologies while doing our project. We have interviewed some of small-scale farmers that use different techniques for their farming. Like we have interviewed people that use hydroponic farming systems, aeroponic farming systems, which have no to little implementations in our country currently, but they are on the process of doing that. We have also conducted surveys online and in person. We have used Google Forms and different surveys. And we have observed different challenges and problems that are currently happening in Ethiopia. And moving on to the implementation parts, our application consists different functionalities, and we have 5 actors, and 5 actors have different capabilities and different access. For example, one of our actors are farmers. Our farmers have different privileges. They can manage their account after paying for services. We have subscription plans, and after subscribing to our applications, farmers are given access to manage their accounts, generate reports, and access our marketplace. Also, if lost their passwords, they can recover their passwords. They can transfer their tracked plan to the marketplace, which I'll be diving into this later on. And our next actors are buyers, which are not required to have an account. They can easily go to our website and access the products, view the products, and view the seller's informations and buy the products from our website. The other actors are new sellers, admins, and bank. New sellers have the same access, like managing accounts and password recovery. And you can see here that you have a special privilege to edit and delete the products. This is our marketplace. And we also have our app. Since we believe that Mofer application utilizes IoT technology to tackle challenges for urban and so in conclusion, Mofer application utilizes IoT technology to tackle challenges for urban farmers in Ethiopia, and it aims to optimize productivity, enhance crop quality, and promote direct trade through digital marketplace, and seeks to increase profitability for small-scale farmers as global population food demand rises. By providing this marketplace data analysis, we think that Mofer can better utilize technologies for better crop estimations and qualities, and also we represent significant stride towards digitized sustainable agriculture in Ethiopia, and it holds the potential to inspire small innovation globally supporting sustainable urban farming. By focusing on urban farming, we plan to suffice self-needs. We plan to make people suffice their own food demands. So we recommend that urban farmers in Ethiopia should adopt Mofer, an IoT application to boost productivity, profitability, and sustainability, and incorporate AI and machine learning to analyze data and provide recommendations. We also implement marketplace features in mobile app to connect farmers and consumers, and use cameras and sensors to monitor crop health and expand hardware coverage to increase data collections. And also applications can track plants and transform agriculture by solving urban farmers. And we recommend that we encourage sustainable practices through agricultural digitizations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. First, I would like to appreciate all the presenters. It doesn't feel like it is a bachelor degree research. And I feel like every master's student that is in the country should come here and witness for themselves, because all the presenters' work was remarkable. And my first question goes to Tsagazab. Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So my question is, you said one of the users are farmers. So my question is simple. Which farmers are going to use your products? Of course, it is simple for us, because we're used to the technology. However, for instance, what is the educational background of the farmers that are available in our country? And how many of them are able to read and understand the English language? And how many of them are able to use your application? But still, yours is the perfect product. And I love the fact that even from the name, it says Mofer. So it is for us. And I love that for you. I love everything about your product. With regards to my question, I hope you have an answer for that.
Okay. Thank you for asking that question.
I think I said it the first time. Firstly, our application is focused on urban agriculture for the time being. Our main focus is cities, urban areas. Most of urban populations are accustomed to using technologies like mobile devices. Everyone in here uses Telegram or any social medias, which is simple to use. And if you see our front end, it's interactable, it's simple to use, and it's not that much to access or utilize. But our main focus area is on using small scales, like small areas, utilizing the areas. If you are familiar with Takala, he is a small-scale farmer who is focused on vertical farming, hydroponic farming, aeroponic farming, using modern technologies to better utilize the farming systems by using small areas. So our main educational background, for what you mentioned, educational background, most people in the cities know how to use phones. So we're relying on that on the time being, but further in the future, we plan to expand to rural areas and also provide those helpless people with better technologies. So if that answers your questions, our main focus is the urban area. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Fenod Dammeka, and I am a fresh graduate from St. Mary University in Accounting and Finance. The title is, our research title is Assessment of Internal Audit Practice in the Case of CBE at Corporate Level. So we will see these outlets are in our presentation. And the first thing, we start our presentation by the background of the study. Internal auditing is an independent, objective assurance and consulting activity that used to improve the value and organizational operation. The globalization of economy, technological advancement, and fraudulent of financial reporting increasing paid attention to the internal control and internal audit. When we see the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia internal auditors has two main roles. The first one is assurance service, and the second one is consulting activity. So this consulting activity is very important to achieve organizational objective. And the second thing is the statement of the problem. I'm quite sure many of you are wondering to know why I choose this title. We have three major reasons to choose this title. The first one is auditing is a sensitive area and the backbone of the companies. So it needs to be assessed continuously. The second one is, however many researchers conduct a research on the same title and same objective, they conduct the research not at corporate level. And the last one is, the last reason to choose this title is the availability of information. In order to conduct a research, we have to know our interest, and the second thing and the major thing is availability of information. So availability of information forced us to choose this title. When we are talking that we are conducting the research by this title, we are not assessing all the things in this title. So we have scope, geographical scope and theoretical scope. The first thing is that we assess the internal audit practice of CBE at corporate level and in Addis Ababa around or in Dabrorg building, Dabrorg Tower. So this will be our geographical scope. The next thing is, however, there are lots of things need to be assessed in our title. We focused on audit and audit of independency, management attitude towards the audit department, and the last thing is the regulation of bank by the auditors. So we focus on this. This will be our theoretical scope. And in order to increase the accuracy of the data, we use both primary and secondary data. In order to collect the primary data, we use both the questionnaires and unstructured interview. And for secondary data, we gathered from manual books and relevant documents. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you for borrowing your ear.
The second question is for Fenod. Fenod, you talked about the internal audit practice at CBE, and you told us that the management kind of interfere in the internal audit practices. So how does that I assume it will have an impact on its profitability. What do you think the interference of the management, the implication of the management interference on the profitability of the bank? Thank you.
Thank you for asking me. So the first question was, what about the human resource auditing? So we assess and conduct the research on the audit charter. They didn't mention the human resource auditing, so we didn't explore that yet. The next one is, the next question was how it affects the profitability. As I said, as I mentioned before, the independency is the main component on auditing. That's why we focused on the internal auditing at independency. So as we conduct a research at corporate level, there is an intervention of management in somehow, not 100% free from dependency, or they are not all percent independent. However, there is some intervention, or finding applies that this some intervention. If you are asking why this intervention come from, the corporate auditors, internal corporate auditors, are the auditors who conduct or will carry out the internal auditing process, the vice president in all the head office branch level. So they may audit the vice president. They are scared to explain the truth in somehow, not 100%. So it will affect the profitability. That's why we recommend the company to staff the managers who has knowledge how internal auditing process is.
Okay, dear presenters, participants, and colleagues, we have come to the end of the 17th National Student Research Forum, where we have witnessed the amazing work of undergraduate students. Every year, our office, RACMO, organizes different national and international research conference, and the Student Research Forum is one of the research events we have been organizing since 2007. The forum is particularly organized for undergraduate students to share their research findings and insights with their fellow students and academic community of the university. And finally, we also witnessed a presentation from tourism department in the area of tourism accessibility and photography tourism in Ethiopia. The presenters showed us that research can make a positive impact on society, the economy, as well as on our personal and professional development. Finally, I would like to thank all who contributed for the realization of the event. We are truly grateful for your valuable contribution. Thank you again. With this, I will declare the forum closed. Thank you very much.